Welcome to the channel. So in this video I will be explaining you about natural language processing. So natural language processing is one of the most important subjects when it comes to the department of AI/ML. So basically there are two domains. One is programming language processing, another one is natural language processing. So natural language processing is more difficult compared to programming language processing, because in programming language processing, when we consider any language like C, C++, Java or Python, any such programming language we consider, we hardly have finite set of keywords, like hardly 30, 60 or to the maximum 70-75 keywords, and pre-processing those many number of keywords is very easy. But natural language processing means we need to process the words which are present in a particular natural language. So natural language means the language which is spoken by the human beings, that is like Kannada, English, Hindi, Sanskrit, any such language. So processing that those type of languages is more difficult compared to programming language processing. So henceforth we will deal with natural language processing, because programming language processing can be done easier. So in this first videos, I will be explaining you about building blocks of language. So building blocks of language is the first concept when it comes to NLP. So it consists of four blocks. So context, syntax, morphemes and lexemes, phonemes. So context means here I have also written what topics or concepts will come under each block. For example, in context, summarization, topic modeling, and sentiment analysis will come. So summarization in the sense, basically a given text will be summarized. Topic modeling means for each topic we separate model will be done. Sentiment analysis means given a set of sentences, we are going to tell whether each particular sentence is selected, that sentence is a positive sentence or a negative sentence. For example, when it comes for syntax, we will deal with parsing, entity extraction, relation extraction. Coming for morphemes and lexemes, we will go across tokenization, word embeddings, p-voice tagging. Coming for phonemes, we will go with speech to text, speaker identification, text to speech. So basically, these are the applications which I told with respect to each block. So coming for language, we need to know what is a language. Language is a structured system of communication, so that involves complex combination of its constituent components, such as characters, words, sentences. So languages means it can be the natural language, like what we as a human speaks. So let us deal with the building blocks of language slowly. So coming for phonemes, so let's start from the bottom. So phonemes are the smallest unit of sounds in a language. So basically they don't have any meaning by themselves, but they can induce when it is produced or when it is included in combination with other phonemes. So two phonemes combined, there can be a meaning, but a single phoneme may not have a meaning. So these phonemes are used in application like speech recognition, text-to-speech, and speech-to-text conversions. For example, if I keep two slashes and in the middle if I keep B, then it represents bat. Similarly, K, cat, D, dog, F, fan. So these are all consonant phonemes. So phonemes are classified into two types. One is consonant phoneme, another one is vowel phoneme. So consonant phonemes are like this B, bat, K, like any such sounds which are produced from the consonants, and those are all consonant phonemes. The sounds which are produced from the vowel letters, like A, E, I, O, U, so those are all called vowel phonemes. Now coming for morphemes and lexemes, so this is the second building block of language when we are considering from bottom. So morpheme is basically smallest unit of language that has a meaning, means morphemes and lexemes we are considering it as words basically. So these words are the smallest unit of language obviously, and those are all are having meaning. So coming for phonemes, they were not having any meaning, but morphemes and lexemes they will have meaning, because these are all basically combination of phonemes. As I said previously before, combination of phonemes will have meaning. Not all morphemes are words, but all prefixes and suffixes are morphemes. For example, unbreakable. So this word unbreakable can be split as un plus break plus able. So unbreakable. Tumbling. So tumble plus ing, like this. Now lexemes. So lexemes are structural variation of morphemes related to one another by meaning. For example, run and running. So these two will belong to the same lexeme. So what are the advantage of these two, morphemes and lexemes? So morphemes and lexemes are basically used in tokenization, word embeddings, and POS taggings. Coming for syntax. So syntax is a set of rules to construct grammatically correct sentences out of words in a language. So as we all know, in a language it consists of lot of words. For example, if we consider natural language, there are millions of words. So syntax, using this we can construct grammatically correct sentences. So in NLP, to ensure that the sentences which are constructed, those all are grammatically correct, so we will use concept called as parse tree. So using this parse tree we are going to decide that the particular English sentence which is selected, so that is grammatically correct. So there are different ways of building a sentences. A common approach for representing sentences in a language is a parse tree. For example, you are able to see this is how we write the parse tree in NLP. Coming for context. So context is the topmost block of the language. So context is how various parts in language come together to convey a particular meaning. So context includes long-term references, world knowledge, and also common sense. It includes long-term world knowledge and common sense along with words and phrases. So the meaning of sentences or words can change based on the context. For example, bank. So bank, it has two meanings. One is financial institution and another one is the river bank. So since it has diversification in the meanings, we have to decide the meaning of that particular word based on the context. Means based on the general approach of the sentence which has been constructed. So generally context is obtained from semantics and pragmatics. So semantics means the direct meaning of the words and sentences without any external context. And pragmatic means it adds world knowledge to enable us the inferred meaning. So this ends the building blocks of language. In the upcoming video, I will tell you about the regular expressions and we will deal with the finite automata. Thank you.